All right, everybody, it's time to have a little bit of fun. This is going to be my rewards video claim for the end of the last season. I'm also going to have a new video up by the time you see this that goes over all the new rewards card. And hopefully I pull a couple epics or legendary today because we all are getting these new rewards cards. I know a few players saved their last season rewards, which might have been the better move, but I didn't do that. But also, last season we got more deck per chest, it seems, so that was pretty helpful. So I told you all that I'd be maybe liquidating one of my accounts to just try to get some funds on the side to get ready for Chaos Legion. This is something I was doing. I did actually bring some of those funds to buy some of the new legendary rewards cards. People are selling them in what I think is relatively cheap, under $20 for a card. Legendary card at this point seems cheap to me, so anytime I see those, I'm going to be scooping them up until I have maxed ones, and then I usually get a couple extra too to sell later on. But because of that, I did sell 2 of the 4 teams that was on this account. So this account is only running at 2 level 6 teams. And with that, the highest it has in power currently it can get to is gold 1. So this is my littlest account right now. I actually stopped the giveaways I was doing on this account. But if I'm going to keep it running and getting these gold rewards, I might do some kind of giveaway with it. For my alt accounts, I run giveaways on both of them because I kind of feel almost a tiny bit guilty for running multiple accounts and getting multiple rewards, even though it's not against the rules. So I do give a little bit back. This video will also have be posted on Hive and have a giveaway, and I'll be doing a winner of that giveaway, but there's still 2 days left for people to enter, so I'll be posting this in a few days as opposed to right away when I make it. So we'll go ahead and look through here. That's one of the new, this is one of the new common cards. Oh, I got a gold card. This is something that I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit as I'm claiming these. This is the time where you're going to have to make the decision of whether or not you want to try to hold gold cards to power up your account or try to sell them. And I'm going to show you why you might consider selling them if you're somebody who's trying to build up your account and get higher level cards. I have to do a new quest on this one because he doesn't have a fire team. Hopefully I get one of the teams I have, or if it's sneak or sniper, then it can do the quest snipe. Yeah, see, so that's okay. So if I go to the market right now and we look at gold card and rewards card and regular foil as well, let me see if I can just, okay, let me take the regular foil off. Let me see if I can find an example of that one card we were just looking at here. So this is selling for $6.50 per card, and he's a level 3. Now if we take the gold off, we see he's selling for 23 cents, but he'd have to be a level 3. A level 3 is 14 cards. So if you do the calculator really quick, this is something that you just want to check. So we do 14 cards times 23 cents. Is 322. So there's not a, I would keep the gold at that point until you're going to want to move the card past level 3. Now if you're somebody who's trying to get up the card into the upper levels, that's when you get that gold card, you see you could trade it. If you can trade it for more than the amount of single cards that are in the level of the gold card, then it's tended to help you level up your cards so you can make it into further leagues eventually. However, in the future, when good cards go out of print, gold cards do go up exponentially. So if you get one of those legendary ones or a really good epic one, you might want to hold those if you're someone that can afford to do that, because they do go up quite a bit. All right, let's go ahead and get this account logged out, and we'll log into my other alt account. This account, I have added a few more cards into it. It normally can make it to Diamond 1. The game is getting a lot more competitive, and it only made it to Diamond 2 this time. It could still maybe make it to Diamond 1, but I was playing. It was late in the night. I'd had a frustrating night, so I ended it there. So far, I've only gotten commons today. There's my first rare, so that's good. There's a rare. There's a rare. There's a rare, an epic, so that was nice to see. There's another rare. So overall, it's pretty good. That's that new dragon epic, so that's a really cool card. Oh, I got a legendary. Is it a new one? Yeah, I got one of the new Jins, so that's pretty cool. Every new one I get is one that I won't have to buy. And I pulled the good dragon rare. This was a good set. That was great from my my one that I wasn't thinking did that well. And then we'll go ahead and head over to the main account. The main account, I did make it to Champion 2. Man, I was grinding and grinding. I made it there. Then I lost a match, and I was like, oh no, and then I won the next one to get back in. As you can see, I bought some credits. These are what I'm going to be using to go ahead and purchase some cards. I went ahead and bought a few cards because the market has cooled off a little bit, and there were a few untamed epics that I hadn't maxed out in the neutral set. I went ahead and maxed those out, and I'm trying to make sure I have those max level cards in the untamed set, at least for the most part. Everything but the commons, the less important commons is what I'm trying to do, but cards got really expensive for a little while there. Let's go ahead and go through these. If I get a second legendary today, that would be really cool. Or if I get like a gold rare or a gold epic, that would also be very cool. As you can see, there are now some times where you only get one dark energy crystal, lots of 5s, lots of 4s. I'm not going over those because they seem to have gone down. People who think we're getting less, it's not that the overall game is giving out less. We just have that many new players, people. So get used to, unfortunately. Oh, yes, I got another one. Yeah, the green one. That green one with camouflage is pretty neat. In my total review, you'll see that I do like that card, and I think that it's pretty good. Not a lot turning gold. I would like to get at least one more gold card. Oh, I pulled that epic at the very end, so that's not bad. So overall, this is a pretty good start for sure. I'm happy to be seeing these new cards. It's a whole lot more fun to get rewards now, that's for sure. And I'm not really going to go too much more into this video, but I am going to talk just a little bit about the cards I'm going to be purchasing in the next few weeks, because I'll have a few days before this video is up and I'll be able to tell you kind of the stuff I'm targeting. So in the rewards cards, definitely this guy, for if he dips under 20, I'll be buying him. I'll be buying this one anytime anybody tries to sell it for 20 because I really think Harkon is really cool. The Jin, I don't know if I'll be buying him at this $30 mark or not. He is a good strong mage, but the water team has a lot of good strong mages, and I don't know if he'll make that much impact right away. Then when we talk so that goes over the 3 new legendary cards. So now let's go into the epics, and let's go ahead and hit in rewards so we have a chance to look at them faster. I'm not gonna be rushing to get this one. I think I can hold off on it. The life team isn't one of my strongest teams, and that's why I'm not going to be going for it right away. This card I probably am going to be purchasing. I have a Jotun. I think this really helps the Jotun deck for sure, and I'll be talking about one other one. I'm not going to be running off to buy this one because I have a maxed out Robo Dragon, and I don't know if this card is better than the Robo Dragon maxed out, so not going to be buying. I'll probably get this one. Any kind of neutral sneak monster at this point is pretty good. You're going to want this one leveled up for any of those times you try to make a sneak monster team, and he'll just be a better card on my team than some of the other sneak monsters, and he's a really solid one for 3. I'll have to watch his price though. He's not so much dramatically better than the other sneak monsters that are 3 on the game that I think I would overpay for this card, but people are selling him relatively cheap. Are there any other new epics I'm forgetting about? Nope. Okay, let's go to the rares. Out of the rares, I'm not going to be buying this card. I'm not going to be selling it either because I like the idea of getting at least one maxed out card of every rewards card, but I'll use my 3 accounts hopefully to get a lot of these for free, and then maybe when it's really cheap I'll buy 20 or 30 to help me rush along the way. But as you can see, it's a cheap card. I don't like it as much as the Exploding Dwarf. I have an Exploding Dwarf, but it will be more playable in the Chaos Legion set, but that's not here yet. I just don't like it that much. I do like this card. I'll be looking to level him up. I do think that sometimes when you want to run the Selena Earth team, it's nice to have some more archers that can attack the front position so you don't have to do the sniper team if you don't want to. This card right here, I'm not going to be in a huge rush for. In my review, I compared him to another card I already have maxed out, so I can take my time, maybe see if I can get this one leveled up to a higher level without having to buy a lot of them. I like this card a lot. The Gargoyle also fits into the Jotun decks, and it has that new kind of fundability of Death Strike, and I want to see if Death Strike is really cool or not. That's one of the other reasons to possibly look into this card here. I think this card will be one that is really high and sought after. That's probably the why it's the most expensive out of the rares, because it's a level 1 healer. Level 1 healers are awesome. Everybody needs them. Even your lowest level players can get this card at level 1 and it'll be healing, or they can take it up to level 2 or level 3 if they want it to be at level, do a little bit more damage. But it's a really good card. A tank heal is very important for a team. When you look at these cards here, these ones are paying a little bit more. This rat is really cool, and the Naga Assassin I think is just on the dragon team. It's a 2-cost card. Really low cost cards are always going to be a little bit more expensive in my opinion, because sometimes that 2-cost card, when there's only 2 mana left, can make a big difference in whether or not you win or lose. This right here is a really good card. Everybody's probably going to be wanting this one. As you can see, it is also a lot more expensive than the other ones. It's because he has Protect, and the blue team has not really had a card in the new set with Protect. They only have the Crustacean King, the healer, and he is not a great card other than the fact that he gives Protect and Heal. He does very low damage and he's very slow. So you put this card on the board now to get your Protect, or you can put it with the Crustacean King, and now you can look at a water team that doesn't usually have that much armor having a lot of armor. And then if you double him up with Little Deep Swimmer in the right kind of format of a game, you're talking a lot of armor. So that's kind of fun. To see them get a Protect card, I think it plays off of that a little bit better. A Lava Launcher, I've already kind of talked about. I'll be looking to get more of that one. That's the epics. I forgot to take the epics off. Let me see. Is there anybody else who's new to talk about over here? No. And in the commons, we'll go ahead and end really quickly with, is there a common I'm going to look to be buying to level? I don't think there is out of the new ones. I think I'm going to let my accounts farm them for free and see where I can get them. I do think that the fire one is very interesting, because it'd be interesting to get one with Amplify. So if there's one I'll be trying to buy up on the cheap, I just want to see how cheap they'll get. It's this one. And that's really just to get Amplify, to see if I can use that in certain kind of formats and see if that new skill can make a big impact on the game. These 2 cards here I think are kind of mid-range tanks. Not really important if you've already got good tanks, but if you don't have good tanks, both of them can be looked at as a card that you can get and level up pretty well. So you could get, probably a level 5 or a level 6 of this pretty easily, not too expensive, and then that might be the tank that you use. And that's not terrible. I mean, at least it'd be an at-level card. They might not be as good as some of the older ones, but it would be very interesting. This Sneak Monster for the Earth team, if you got a Saber Shark, you probably don't need to level her, but if you don't, then it's your chance to get that 3-cost Sneak Monster for the blue team. And it is just, Sneak Monsters can be fun. It can help you make a sneak lineup if you have them all. This one here, a non-attack front row monster. He's kind of reminds me of the Fallen Summoner. That card is very useful in low mana matches. This card will be very useful in low mana matches as a tank in the front row position. You can put that new healer behind it, and you've got, for 6 mana, a pretty high level, high HP tank with a healer in the background, and that's only 6 mana to put those 2 monsters on the board. So in a 12 mana match, you can still put a couple decent attackers behind them, and your team is going to be pretty decent. So it's kind of an interesting card for sure. This card I think is pretty amazing, but he doesn't get amazing until the higher levels, so you need a lot of him. So if people are going to be selling him really cheap, I think I'm going to be buying him up, because I think a 7-cost flying tank with a self-heal is pretty cool, and a lot of people are underestimating his abilities once you get him up here. Because a max level card here, you're talking about a retaliating, self-healing, flying tank with 11 HP. So that's just to start. That to me is actually a much better card than people think. And I kind of think green is kind of iffy on tanks sometimes, and tanks with self-heals. I know their Unicorn is actually a pretty good card. I underestimate him a lot. And obviously the Flesh Golem is pretty good, but Flesh Golem is extremely expensive. And so this card might be able to replace the Flesh Golem for you. All right, we'll end it there. We're at 13 minutes. I got some cool rewards cards, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.